Salute and shalom, brothers and sisters, to the Kodashim, to the set-apart ones, to the called-out assembly, to any and everyone who trusts in Yahuah via His Son, our way of salvation, Yahusha HaMashiach. Listen to this. More than 100 years ago, Rudolf Steiner wrote the following: in the future, we will eliminate the soul with medicine. Under the pretext of a healthy point of view, there will be an injection by which the human body will be treated as soon as possible directly at birth, so that the human being cannot develop the thought of the existence of soul and spirit. To materialistic doctors will be entrusted the task of removing the soul of humanity. As today, people are injected against this disease or that disease, so in the future, children will be injected with a substance that can be produced precisely in such a way that people, thanks to this injection, will be immune to being subjected to the madness of spiritual life. He would be extremely smart, but he would not develop a conscience. And that is the true goal of some materialistic circles via injections. They want to rob you of your soul. They want to rob you of your mind, your will, and your emotions. See, this road is really narrow, but there are many people that are taking the wide way, and they're going to be led astray. But for the chosen, for the elect, be encouraged during these times. In this hour, do not fear what man may try to do to you. The enemy plays to our fears. People fearing death obey out of fear. People fearing losing their jobs will obey out of fear. People wanting to go to the baseball game, the basketball game, the football game, and other events will obey out of fear. People fearing they won't be able to buy and sell will obey out of fear. This agenda is fear-based. And as strange as it sounds, it commands us to have faith in a man-made solution. Not Yah, but a man-made solution. Ironically enough, their solution is failing those who put faith into it. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your Elohim. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to Yah. And the peace of Yah, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Yahusha HaMashiach." This road is narrow. Following Yah's commandments will keep that road narrow for you. Right now, looking around, the world is coming apart at the seams. People are being pulled in different directions based on how they feel. During the Middle Passage, and our people were traveling over to the Americas as slaves. At one point, they would look up and look back and see the land from whence they came. But one day, they would wake up and they didn't see anything. They no longer saw the land. The land was nowhere in sight. And at that point, they didn't know which way was back. They didn't know which way was right, which way was left. I mean, other than their immediate right and left, they didn't know how the boat was facing though. In the middle of the ocean, nothing, nowhere. And that right there can bring about a sense of hopelessness. See, if I was putting together a bookshelf and I lose my way, I can refer back to the instructions. Without the commandments, we lose our way in the opinions of others, and we have nothing to refer back to. That brings about a sense of hopelessness. Without anything to refer back to, that's why they've pried the commandments out of your hands, because you have nothing to stand on now. So many people that refuse the commandments, that refuse the law of Yah, they're going to have nothing to stand on in the hour that's coming. See, the goal of our enemy is to put us in a place of bewilderment, eliminate all other options so that we have to go his way. I'm serious. You have a real enemy. John 14:27 says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." Luke 10:19 says, "Behold, I have given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you." The Messiah of our Most High, Yahusha HaMashiach, gave his life for your sin. And it puts you in a position that when you have faith in HaMashiach, you are now in a position where you can seek the Most High for forgiveness for your sin. You are now a part of the family, and you can be forgiven for your sin. You can literally repent and seek forgiveness and be forgiven for your sin. You can turn back to his commandments and walk in the way that he set out for you to walk. And so even if you were to be consumed by this world, you know you have a place in the kingdom of heaven. You will be present in the New Jerusalem. Revelation 3:10 says this, "Because you have kept my word about patient endurance, I will keep you from the hour of trial that is coming on the whole world to try those who dwell on the earth." 2 Thessalonians 2:9-12 says this, "The coming of the lawless one is by the activity of Satan, with all power and false signs and wonders, and with all wicked deception for those who are perishing, because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. Therefore Yah sends them a strong delusion, so that they may believe what is false, in order that all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness." 1 Peter 1:6-7 says this, "In this you rejoice, though now for a little while, if necessary, you have been grieved by various trials, so that the tested genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold that perishes though it is tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Yahusha HaMashiach." If you're listening to this, you might not want to believe what's being said. I know it's tough to accept the reality that we're in right now and put your faith completely into the Most High and not into the things that you see with your eyes. I know my people are stubborn people, because the Most High said it to Ezekiel. In Ezekiel 3:7-11, he said, "But the house of Israel will not be willing to listen to you, for they are not willing to listen to me, because all the house of Israel have a hard forehead and a stubborn heart. Behold, I have made your face as hard as their faces, and your forehead as hard as their foreheads. Like emery, harder than flint, have I made your forehead. Fear them not, nor be dismayed at their looks, for they are a rebellious house. Moreover, he said to me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak to you, receive in your heart, and hear with your ears. Go to the exiles, to your people, and speak to them, and say to them, Thus saith Yahuah, whether they hear or refuse to hear. So I'm saying it like he told Ezekiel to say it. Whether you hear it and receive, or whether you don't, I'm still saying it. All praise be unto the Most High. Shalom.